Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm calling this video Calories 101. Most people fear calories, but I really think that's unnecessary if you educate yourself about the role that they play in your body. This is not just about weight loss, this is just about your overall general health. So a calorie is simply a unit of energy, and there are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of body fat. Now, the only two things that you really need to know about calories, and it'll make weight loss if you ever want to lose body fat so much simpler. This is all you need to know. This is the science behind it all. Is your total daily energy expenditure and your basal metabolic rate. Now, your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories that you burn at rest. I'm going to use myself as an example in this because it's the easiest way for you to understand it and for me to explain it. I am 5 foot 7 inches and roughly 130 pounds. Now, my basal metabolic rate, there are calculators that you can use online. I will link one down below that I really like, but I've also had a in-body test done, if you know what that is. My basal metabolic rate is right around 1,400 calories. Now, this number, like I said, is the number of calories that your body uses at rest. So this is heart function, breathing, brain activity, sleeping. This is the number of calories that your body needs as a baseline to survive. Your total daily energy expenditure is calories that you burn in addition to that. So I'm a highly active person. I'm a mom of 4, and I also work out 3 to 5 times a week. I love lifting weights. I love going for hikes. I really like taking long walks with my kids, try to involve them in as much as I can. I'm going to just guesstimate that my total daily energy expenditure is right around 600 calories on an average. Oh, this marker. Whoopsies. Okay. So 600 calories. And in addition to that, I am breastfeeding baby. So I don't know how much baby takes of my energy, but I'm going to also guess that it's roughly around 300 additional calories that I need. And if you are pregnant, you know that that is roughly the number of extra calories that you need to grow your baby. So this equals 900 calories. And if I add that with my basal metabolic rate, I am sitting right around 2,300 calories in a day to maintain this 130 pounds for my height. So if I wanted to lose body fat in a healthy way, I would want to never drop below this number. This is just my opinion, but I do not think that anyone should drop below their basal metabolic rate number because you don't want to shock your body, and you want your results to be not just maintainable, but also you don't want to suffer getting there. So what I would do is I would do a moderate calorie cut of eliminating 300 calories in a day of what I consume, which would put me down to only consuming 2,000 calories in a day. And I would increase my activity. So I eliminated 300 calories. I would try and burn an extra 100 to 200 calories a day, whether it's an extra walk, increasing my weightlifting. And in a week's time, I could safely lose 1 pound in a week. Now, your calories do not reset in a 24-hour period. If you are doing really good, eating healthy and staying active throughout the week, but you are lazy on the weekend and you way overeat, you are always going to remain stuck because you're always going to be over-consuming but then burning yourself out in the week. You want something that is easy and consistent and enjoyable. Diet, the word diet used to mean way of life. It did not have this super negative connotation that the world has given it, where it means deprivation. So again, calories are not something to be feared. This is very basic stuff. They do vary largely person to person. Nutrition fact labels are all based on a 2,000 calorie diet, and I guarantee you a very muscular man, it is not going to apply to to a petite woman. So nutrition fact labels are really just rough suggestions of what a person should have in a day. But if you have a desk job, you're not going to be burning many calories. If you are someone who has a very physical job, like a construction worker, you're going to be burning, your TDEE is going to be skyrocketed. You're probably going to need a lot of extra calories. The thing that you want to focus on the most is, where are you getting those calories? Is it a good source? Are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough healthy fats and avoiding a bunch of processed foods? Now, I say that, it shouldn't be about deprivation, but at the same time, you should treat your body with respect and want to fuel it with proper nutrition, things that are really satisfying. You can eat an entire bag of potato chips and it's going to take up your entire calorie count for the whole day, and you're still going to be hungry. So doing higher volume foods where you're eating a lot of water-rich fruits that have a lot of antioxidants and good nutrition and vitamin C, and a lot of high volume vegetables that also have a lot of hydration, but micronutrients, all the vitamins and minerals that your body really craves, and educating yourself about your macronutrients. That's where you get your protein, carbs, and fats. Knowing those things and really steering clear of all the fad diets out there, because those do not have your best interests at heart. If you have to eliminate whole food groups or just only be eating one food group like the carnivore diet, you are doing severe damage to your body in the long term. All that protein might be good, but you're really disrupting your gut microbiome, which also plays a role in your you're really disturbing your gut microbiome, which plays a really large role in not just the amount of weight you carry, but also all the hormones that are made in your gut, your digestion. Over time, people feel good short term sometimes with these diets that they try, but long term they really suffer. So if you want to focus on your health, not just weight loss, really work on increasing your muscle mass, because that is going to improve your bone health when you're older. It's going to help your brain health, all the things. All right, and the last thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is plateaus. So a plateau is not a bad thing. When your body loses weight and you're at a new lower weight, you naturally need less calories to maintain that new weight. I hope that makes sense. So for example, say I weigh 140 pounds, and in order to maintain that weight of 140 pounds, I need to be eating 2,500 calories in a day. Say I do a calorie cut and I am now 125 pounds. And in order to maintain the weight of 125 pounds, I take up less space. I don't need to eat as many calories. I only need to eat 1,800 calories in a day to maintain that 125 pounds. So if you want to keep lowering your weight, you either need to keep increasing your activity and burning more calories, or you need to just naturally eat less calories. Now, I don't recommend, like I said, going below your BMR, because those are really essential calories for your function. However, there are little things that you can do to your diet to tweak it so that you don't feel like you're really depriving yourself, but at the same time, you're kind of tricking your body into eating less calories. And that is giving up. There's probably a little more you could give up in your diet that you wouldn't super miss. Like maybe it's a dinner roll and you're swapping that out for higher volume foods that make you feel full, but they're still really enjoyable and satisfying to eat, like cucumbers or watermelon, where they take up a lot of space, but they're delicious and they're very naturally very low calorie and healthy carbohydrate. Or you could swap it out for a little bit of sweet potato. Like I really like making mashed sweet potato, but with cauliflower. So it's lower calories and carbs, but it still tastes like kind of mashed sweet potato. It just has the cauliflower in it to kind of fluff it up and add more volume and lessen the calories. So you can work your way through plateaus naturally, safely, not get discouraged, and think of it as a graduation. you're taking up less space. You did it. You met a goal. Even if it's not your absolute end goal, it is a very good goal. It's a good sign. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan to put more out there like this. Definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.